Do we take ourselves too seriously? This is a question I've been circling around and reflecting on how I've gone through my own life and which parts are most fun and when do we start getting so serious? When does life go from being playful, enjoyable to I need to do this, I need to show up in this way? And if you think about how we all come into life, we all come into life as kids exploring, and hopefully, if you had a decent childhood, it's fun, it's playful, it's trying to figure out how things work, but it's very much from a curiosity, playful game lens. This is all fun, and I guess that we start getting molded into seriousness in school. You've got to sit down, listen to the teacher, and obviously depending on your parents as well. Your parenting style could be quite a strict style, and we start getting molded into, oh, we can do this, can't do that. These are serious things to do, but still, we're still a kid, and we're still teenagers, and we're still trying to figure things out, and we're still pushing back a little bit on the seriousness. We think as kids, as at least I did, adults are serious. I'm just a child, I'm more playful and life's fun. And these need to lighten up a little bit because I've got to figure it out because they're not having as much fun as me, at least for large parts. And then as you kind of transition through life, or for myself, I'd say university again, still in that kind of fun mode, nothing too serious apart from these exams that I need to pass. And for me, the seriousness probably kicked in a little bit later than for most people. I think most people, maybe early 20s, they start getting serious on life. And that's when they start thinking about the career they need. They need to have a house, need to have a stable family unit, need to start solidifying things and being adults and paying taxes and doing all that stuff. And for me, I still felt in that playful phase for my 20s, which is why I played poker and didn't really, although I was taking it seriously, the pursuit of poker, I still felt like life was playful. Life was, for the most part, not too serious. It's just a game. Just have fun with it. I felt like I probably should be taking it more seriously in terms of life as a whole, but I'm still in, it's fun. It's all good. I think for me, most likely when I made the transition to being a bit more serious, and I say serious like is in a worldview, or a self view, but also a worldview. And serious, when I'm saying serious, I mean this is important. I need to do this right. I need to puff my chest up and make sure this is all done correctly. Quite like a rigid seriousness around stuff. I feel like that probably happened to me as I got into coaching, and I started helping other people. All of a sudden, I couldn't really be fully just. I'm just playing around. I'm just playing games here. I need to have authority. I need to teach other people stuff. I need to present myself in certain ways. And without realizing, I took on a role of a more serious nature. I didn't need to. I could have obviously been very fun, playful still. But I started to, for the first time, take on a role that maybe I need to be more serious. I'm sure many people have this with their careers, their jobs. They take on a role where it's like you've got to be responsible here, and you've got to show up in certain ways that are acceptable. So yeah, I think for me, I maybe took on a more serious role with coaching, and yeah, I think it's probably molded me a bit more than I thought it would or should have. And I feel like now I'm trying to get back to that more playful side and realizing life isn't that serious. Because when you think life's serious, it's all about, I need to get somewhere. This is really important. Can't mess this up. And it feels like it robs you of the enjoyment of the moment. And I don't feel like life is that serious. Although we treat it seriously, although I go through my phases of treating it seriously, like at the end of it, what really matters? What really matters? What really matters most likely is the experiences you had, the fun times you had with the people you care about. Yet we trick ourselves into thinking it's a serious game of, I need to achieve this. I need to get this financial goal. I need to have this amount of freedom. We think it's this serious game of trying to win, get somewhere, and we lose sight that it should be more playful. We should be trying to enjoy, mess around, mess up, have a good time. And that's probably the most important thing, which is an interesting reflection for me because it's one where if you're serious, so why do we become serious? We become serious because it allows you to be disciplined, to move towards your goals, to set schedules, and to efficiently move towards your goals overall. But if you're not careful, you can end up being serious about life. And your whole life can be this serious game of achieve this, buy this house, do this, and all of it's like, I need to get this done, or the problems are going to arise. When you could do all of that without the framing of being serious. It was like, it's always fun. Let's have a good time. It's all just, it doesn't mean like your attitude necessarily needs to be lighthearted in terms of lacking direction or lacking discipline. You can still be disciplined, but having fun with it. I'm trying to think like, do we take life too seriously? Am I taking life too seriously? Is it all meant to be more fun? Should it always be a game? And how do you, when you've started to become more serious, how do you tap back into that more fun side of yourself? Because if we look at it, we've all been a fun version of ourselves. When we're children, most likely there was some phase of your childhood where you're really fun, really curious. So then it's like, okay, is that just reserved for children? And then you go, adulthood is like a more serious phase. And then can you go back to that more playful, childlike state? Surely you can. Surely you can, because surely it's just a lens of seeing life through. So surely the seriousness is just the conditioning of society, conditioning of yourself for your goals, for what you're thinking is important. So surely you can recondition for more fun, for less seriousness. It's going to take a bit of unlearning. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking right now in terms of life shouldn't feel serious. If it does, you probably need to spend some time reflecting on why it feels so serious and then tapping back into how to make it more fun again, how to make it more of a game. And that's where I'm trying to think of myself in the micro moments, not so much on the big picture, like not so much like how do I make it a fun 10-year game, more like how do I lean into it in the moment, day by day? How do I be less serious about not knowing what I'm doing, less serious about the meaning of life, which I'm trying to figure out? How do I make it more relaxed? Because I think in that, more things can arise, and it just feels more correct, if that's the way to put it. It feels like more wisdom to realize life isn't serious, to live your life thinking life is serious. And yeah, I'm curious to know in the comments. Let me know, do you think life is serious? Do you think it's not serious? Let me know your kind of reasoning for that, because yeah, I probably went into more of a serious mode the last 5-6 years, and I'm thinking now, do I need to recapture the less serious attitude, the more fun, the more playful, the more curious, the more open version of myself? So yeah, that hopefully captures the idea I was thinking of. Let me know in the comments if you resonate and where you feel like you could maybe take your own life less seriously.